welcome back to the Notary Ninja Show, the Notary Ninja podcast. I am your host, Mark Sias, the Notary Ninja. Hey, for a minute, man, it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a podcast. I am busy building out this notary signing service. We did this in Florida, and it has worked very well. So we formulated a plan, kind of a multi-tiered marketing plan to launch across the nation while simultaneously trying to build our own network of notaries to fulfill orders. So that is up and moving, but it has been time consuming, and the marketing is a bit time consuming, at least up front when you front load it, and then kind of fulfillment, and then networking and having conversation with notaries. A bit of a process. So that has distracted me from doing some podcasts and YouTube videos, but we are back. So just fresh off of a interview with Mr. Tiger Toledo, has some courses himself, and you should check them out. So Tiger Toledo has the Notary War Room. He has the Notary Cash Flow Academy, and his business is U.S. Notary Agency. So check him out. I'll put some of his links in here as well. Check him out. I believe he has one course on thumbtack Pro, which is a good way. It's a good lead source, especially if you're using it right. I know I've seen notaries and groups talk about how thumbtack was kind of a waste. Well, like everything else, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. There's a right way to do that. So he does have some training on that. Check that out. Probably help you out in your business, picking up some thumbtack Pro work if you structure it right. And even if you don't, you should still have a thumbtack Pro profile, because just the profile itself is searchable, and you probably can augment your own just overall online exposure. So moving forward, why do notary courses not work? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is that, and I would say first and foremost, is that they are focused on information instead of transformation. I'm actually guilty of doing that myself. I'm actually guilty of creating courses that had information in them and not transformation in them, and had to take a look back at those and take an honest look at some of what information I was putting out there and how to make it more transformational. So what do I mean by that? Well, there are a lot of courses out there that they're information. And the information is useful, no doubt, but it's not transformational in that it's going to affect changes in your revenue. It's really just a shiny object. So a classic case of this shiny object syndrome are the certifications. So when you are pitched up front that you're going to be certified as this, that, or the other, that certification is, we as human beings are just attracted to that. We think, oh, well, this certification will make me look better, therefore I'll stand out more, therefore I'll get more work. And that's not really the most effective use of your money, your time, and your intellect. While it might on some level be perceived by people that, oh, you've got these badges and these bells and whistles, more so in our mind we think it is, and it's just not really the case. The single most effective thing that you can do as a notary, probably anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world, is have skills that are valuable. Those skills will make you stand out. And those skills could be the services that you offer, having several services, and probably more importantly than that is marketing your services. The services that you offer, being able to market them better than everybody else, will allow you to generate more revenue than having a certification from somebody, being certified to do this notary work or certified to do that notary work. You did receive some information from them, but your end consumers, for the most part, even title companies, even attorneys, don't really understand these certifications. Your end customers that are in your community definitely don't understand those. They think, oh, okay, good, they've got that. But they don't really know what that means. So if I, as a notary business owner, am just 10 times more visible than you in marketing, whether it's in the internet or it's in real time, in real place, or it's by reputation, that is going to get me more business than you with all your certifications that you can't be seen. So That is a classic example right there of information versus transformation. If you spend your time and your money learning a bunch of information and getting a bunch of certifications, while I spend my money, and I have spent a great deal of money, learning things that are transformational, i.e., very, very impactful marketing skills, then I generate more revenue. And that has worked through and through over and over again. Like clockwork. So, but I said I'm guilty of this too. You know, we made a course that was a free course, and it was intended to be kind of a tripwire, kind of to get people into the network, get them to kind of see what we're about. And because initially it was free, it was actually crap. It had a lot of, it was heavy on the upsell and heavy on all the things that you could buy from us. And I figured, well, it's free, so what? I'm going to pitch my other stuff. I'm going to sell my other stuff to you. But then I put a price on it. I figured, well, we're not going to do it free. I put a price on it. And granted, we were giving our books away in that, which the book is definitely overvalued. The feedback on the book that I get from everybody is they really like the book Golden Pen. But when I looked at that course that we made, the Notary Umbrella, tried to take an objective look at it. It was crap. It was crap. I was like, this stuff is crap. There's nothing in here that is going to be transformational. There were very, very little that was transformational, and most of it was, now go get this, and now go buy this, and go do this. So I had to revamp that. I had to take out a lot of that nonsense and just bring some real value-added information that new notaries can take and use and put that into effect, or have an understanding of that, to where it would have good practical application in their life. Then they will see the value added and then want to come and get into the network and look at the other things that we do. So again, guilty as charged. Problem is, a lot of other course creators are still guilty of that. And the things that we have for high ticket, we have definitely curated those very carefully to be very transformational. Like I say with Notary Prosperity Academy, it's the last course you'll ever have to buy in your life. And I mean that because it's constantly updated as well. I take out things that were good 2 years ago and aren't cutting edge anymore, and then I update that with more cutting edge information. But at the end of the day, you need to be focusing on what is transformational, what can change things in my life, versus what is just one more shiny object badge that I can put on my website. I'm now certified with this and certified with that and certified with the other. As a signing service owner, we tell notaries, hey, we don't care what your credentials are. Even if you're brand new and you haven't had any signing, we'll still give you mobile notary assignments because you are in fact credentialed as a notary, so you can do basic notary assignments. So we always like to preface that we don't discriminate based on a lack of certifications. Now, some title companies might, and in that case, I got to make them happy, so there may be that required. So what are other reasons why notary courses don't work? Well, statistically, and this is an interesting statistically, most people who buy courses, like 90% of the people who buy courses, don't take them. They don't go through, they don't complete the whole thing. So, and that's just completing it, never mind implementing what they learned. So the lessons that are in there, one, have to be clear, and they have to be pretty easy to implement. So they have to have some simplicity to them. Bruce Lee says simplicity is genius, or simplicity is brilliance. And I agree with that. So you should learn marketing tactics that, while they are both powerful, they're incredibly simplistic to implement, and that can then allow you to affect change, i.e. make more money. So there is that. Where was I going with that? Lost my train of thought. So most courses they're just not completed by the user. So when you get into a course, you have to commit to it. You're going to have to commit some time to learning. And some of this could be, again, on the course creator's fault. If they are using a platform that's not very user-friendly or is very kind of dated, and some of them that come to mind are like Gumroad and Udemy. it's not a good user experience. So you're not, as a student, you're not going to engage as well. But with premium platforms like Samcart's a premium platform, and Kajabi is, I think, probably the best of the best. Those platforms they're going to allow for a very good user experience, which then hopefully inspires you to complete the course. But then again, there's some level of responsibility on the end user. You have to decide that you're going to implement the information you learned. I am proud to say that we've got in our Facebook group students that have completed the course. Everybody who's completed the course is a raving fan and has had lots of success. However, there have been a very small percentage of people who didn't feel like they got worth out of it. When I looked at how much they actually did, it was very little. So that is it. Information, transformation, not information. Premium user experience. You have to commit to completing it. You have to apply what it is you learn. And if you do that, then the courses will work for you. And that is it for today. The Notary Ninja is out.